Hello and welcome back, audience. My name is MassiveBrad and welcome back to my FIFA 20 Dortmund career mode. Now, before we get into today's episode, I just want to say a huge big thank you for love and support on the channel. And as always, guys, at the start of today's episode, we're quickly going to look at the games that lie ahead. Up first, we take on away from home 14th position Dusseldorf in the Bundesliga. We then take on, in the first leg of our semi-finalist UEFA Champions League game, we take on Manchester City. And then we move into the month of May and finish off today's episode against Jurgen Klopp's first managerial job. And that's Mainz 05 at home in the Bundesliga. We did decide at the end of the previous episode we would be playing the game against Mainz. We would be playing the game against Manchester City, which then leaves, of course, us simulating this first game up next against Dusseldorf. But before we dive into today's episode, of course, we're going to jump over to the comment section. And we've also got to talk about the previous episode. The previous episode was called We Flopped the League. Tensions were running very high. I was very upset. I was very angry. And we'll talk about that in just a moment's time. But as we jump over to the comment section, I had left a comment here saying Monday's video is a Liverpool career mode episode. And trust me, you don't want to miss it. That's the episode where we lost 6-0 to Aston Villa. I put, if you have suddenly found career mode to be nearly impossible to win, impossible to play, and even play a simple pass, as well as feel like the CPU, the computer, has 99 plus on all the stats, then Monday's video should clear this up for you. Which, of course, I lost 6-0 to Aston Villa, which kind of made me realise EA have really screwed us up here. I am very passionate about FIFA and gaming in general, but Monday you'll see a whole different side to me because the game against Aston Villa ripped me off. I was absolutely annoyed for hours after I recorded that episode. But then I go and say, all I'm going to say is, well done EA, you screwed us all again. Since that video, I've recently released a video called How to Fix, or FIFA 20, How to Fix Ultimate Difficulty and also Legendary if a few of you guys are struggling. Now, I released it and I was hoping, with a lot of people struggling on career mode right now, I was aiming for 500 views in 1 week. 1 week worth of upload, 7 days, 500 views. Right before I've started recording this episode, I've just put a tweet out. The video's just surpassed 2,000 views. 2K. 2,000 views. And tonight at 9 o'clock, it's been out 6 days. It's still got another full day before it's been out for an entire week. So let's just think about that for a moment. That video right there. Firstly, thank you so much for the unbelievable love and support on that video. I think it's got something like, I think it's 2,017 views, something crazy like that. I think it's got 49 likes, 4 dislikes. Honestly, guys, I have had videos in the past do double what that video has done, but in years. Okay, so I may have uploaded a video 2 years ago that now sits on 4,000 views. I have never, ever, ever in my life done more than probably 400 views maximum in a week. And that tends to be the start of a career mode, whether it's the first episode of the Liverpool career mode, the first episode of the Dortmund career mode. It tends to bring a lot of views in, and then depending if people like the idea and they get catched by me and taken in by me and decide to subscribe and continue to watch like you guys watching now, then the views eventually, your first episode is always going to do a lot better than the current episodes, a season in. That's just the way it is. It's always like that when you start a brand new series. It always does very well, and then it slowly drifts off. And I understand that because some people, they get bored, they stop enjoying it, they fall out of love, and they think, you know what, I'll come back to another career mode. I'm just not enjoying it anymore. And that's fair enough. I understand that. But this one video has done over 2,000 views. It could have done 2,000, let's say 200 by tomorrow. 2.2k in a week. Now, I know a lot of you guys might be sitting there now thinking, Brad, I watch YouTubers that do thousands of views a day on a video, tens of thousands of views, hundreds of thousands of views, millions of views, millions of likes, tens of thousands of likes, hundreds of thousands of likes, and that's great. One day if I could be there, great. But for me right now, when you're at a certain level and you're trying to keep consistent and I'm uploading 3 times a week and I'm trying to hit over 50 views, they were my aims for January and February. Hit 50 views within 24 hours of every upload. So Monday's upload, Wednesday's upload and Friday's upload. Hit 50 views within 24 hours. So to upload a video which, bearing in mind, ladies and gentlemen, it had done about 300 views within 24 hours. I just thought, wow, this is blown up. Surely it's going to peak and then start coming down and slow down with the views. That's not been the case. It's still going. It's still growing. I mean, if you guys have watched the Liverpool versus Southampton vlog, you'll see that in the morning, I was recording the screen. I had 692 views or something. By the end of that night, it was at 900 and something. I'd done 300 views in a day. And like I just said to you guys, I know there's probably plenty of YouTubers out there and you're thinking, Brad, 300 views is nothing. There's people out there I'm watching that get thousands. And great for them, you know, they've worked hard for it. But for me, this is a whole new level. This is up in a level for me. I've never done this well. And it's hard for me to not grin and smile because I'm so happy and I've spent so long. It probably took me 2-3 hours to record that video. It was 4 hours plus to edit the video. So in all, 7, maybe even 8 hours to complete and produce that video. And it's blown up the way it has, and maybe for some of you guys it's not really blown up. 2,000 views is nothing, but for me it's a whole nother level. I'm so happy, I'm so proud of myself for grinding that video out. I'm so proud of you guys for supporting me, for sharing it. Lee, I know you put a lovely tweet out the other day saying that I work hard and definitely watch this video. Lee, I'm looking you in the eyes right now, mate. Thank you so much. You have no idea what comments like that do for me. The fact that you guys were tweeting, sharing the videos, talking to each other in the comment section on the video, it's absolutely insane. But I can't ramble on too much about that video because it's all about the Dortmund episode. Now, at the last game of the last episode, we were struck with the latest EA patch. We played Hertha at BSC and lost 5-1. I'm surprised this controller is still intact, to be honest. 5-1 I lost to Hertha, and the very next game that I recorded was against Aston Villa in the Liverpool career mode, and I lost 6-0. Since then, I've released that video, how to fix ultimate difficulty, and it shows you guys what my sliders are and also how you can work out your own sliders. So if you're still struggling, maybe you guys haven't seen the video, if you're struggling on ultimate or legendary difficulty, go and give that video a watch. Go to about halfway through the video and I'll show you guys how I worked out the perfect sliders for me. Before this video goes out, I've done a Liverpool career mode episode, so I've already recorded a full episode and I felt like there was still a little bit of tweaking. So what I can confirm to you guys is the sprint speed and acceleration of the CPU I dropped down from 50 to 48. In that Liverpool episode, I felt they were still a little bit quick, so I've come down to 47. In today's episode, if I feel they're still a little bit quick, I'll come down to 46, and I'll work it down until I feel like it's realistic. There was 2 clips in the Liverpool career mode where Naby Keita and Mane were caught by the left back. Bearing in mind, Naby Keita come on with fresh legs, been on the pitch a minute, and he was caught by a player that had already played for 70 minutes. For me, that just shouldn't happen. The likes of Salah and Mane should not be getting caught when they are outpacing most defenders right now in real life in the Champions League and Premier League. So there's still a little bit of adjustment, but I will certainly get that sorted. Coming back to the comment section, I've gone a little bit off topic. Obviously, I left that comment, and Ben Johnson replied with, "Well said, mate. Can't wait for that. EA are a bigger joke than the club I support. Roll on Monday's upload." Well, Ben, I can guess by your picture of the Manchester United badge, you're talking about EA are a bigger joke than Manchester United. Yeah, Manchester United not doing too great right now in the Premier League, but I'm sure they'll turn it around soon. Next comment coming in from Starboy Kiki. MassiveBrad, that's what I felt like. Well, go and watch the video if you haven't already, Starboy. It'll certainly help you out big time. Haidar Bani leaving a comment saying, "So passionate." Yes, I am, Haidar, and that's why when I'm winning, you guys will see me shouting, screaming, passionate. When I'm losing, you'll see the mood just drop, and that's because when you're passionate about something and it's not going the way you want it to, it hits home and hurts. And that's exactly what happened in the last episode. Haidar then followed up with great video, though. Thank you so much, Haidar. And last comment coming in from Dwayne Starr with a muscle. Just like that. That's what we like to see, Dwayne. Yes, still grinding out. And if you guys haven't checked out the video on how to fix ultimate difficulty, cheeky plug again, definitely go and give it a watch. But coming back into today's episode, we are going to be simulating the first game up next against Dusseldorf. This is the lineup we are going to be putting out. Now, bearing in mind, depending on what happens with Manchester City in the semi-finals, we're either going to, if we get knocked out of the semi-finals, we're going to have 2 episodes to go in this season. If we beat Manchester City over the 2 legs, there'll be 3 episodes. So either in the 2nd episode from now or the 3rd episode from now, we will be doing the fan objectives, and there is certainly a few we still need to do. We need Roman Berkey to keep getting those clean sheets. We need Paco Alcacer to keep scoring, Marco Reus to keep scoring, and hopefully we can do that as we do play this game, or simulate this game, should I say, against Dusseldorf. We've got Paco Alcacer up top in the striker position, a little behind him, the captain Marco Reus in the central attacking midfield, Brandt, Delaney, Witzel and Hazard through the midfield, Hakimi, Hummels, Akanji and Mori at the back, with Roman Berkey between the sticks. Mori coming in for Piszczek at right back, because Piszczek is unfortunately not fully fit, but Lucas Klostermann is nearly back to 100% fitness, so we should see him back in the team for the game against Manchester City. But let's simulate this first game. Let's get this episode kicked off. Players warmed up. Get us the win. Come on. 2-1. We'll take it. Unfortunately, we don't get that important clean sheet. We also don't manage to get Paco Alcacer on the score sheet. But regardless, we went 1-0 down after just 7 minutes. Hakimi, our left back, then equalised in the 15th minute. We then had to go through the first half, into the second half, and then in the 49th minute, Jadon Sancho managed to get himself on the score sheet. He come on as a sub only 3 minutes before, so very happy with that result. We get the win over Dusseldorf. Unfortunately, I feel like because we lost to Hertha BSC, we're probably not going to be able to win the Bundesliga now. I don't think there's enough games, and I don't think Bayern Munich, sadly, are going to drop any more points. Right, so we are travelling to England for this game against Manchester City. We're going to the Etihad, and I'm excited for this one. We are now going to attend the press conference. Then I'll show you guys the lineup we will be putting out against Manchester City. Few changes we've had to make, like Marco Reus coming out for Mario Götze, just to keep the fitness nice and rotated. We've still got to try and push on the best we can in the Bundesliga. Piszczek is in good form. Will we see more of him today? He has just asked, because he's retiring at the end of this season, can he be part of the Champions League and help us lift the trophy? Lucas Klostermann is playing in this first leg, but I'll certainly look to play him in the second leg. If not, he's definitely got his place in the final of the Champions League if we get there. We'll go with rotation as key, because that's exactly what we've had to do, rotate. Given the recent close call against Fortuna Dusseldorf, what is in your general sentiment amongst your players? Yeah, we have proven tactics. At the end of the day, I can't control that. It's in the hands of the EA gods. But when we play Manchester City, it's in the hands of me. Do you reckon the location of the match will be an important factor? I always think playing away from home is always difficult. But we're a professional team. And yeah, we're going to go out there. We're going to fight. And if we manage to keep a clean sheet away from home, and then they have to come over to Germany to take on us, we could be in an absolutely unbelievable position. Talking there about Ben Chilwell, Manchester City must have bought him from Leicester, and is he going to make his City debut? We will have to wait and see. But as we get into this game against Manchester City, I'm excited for it. I'm hoping my adjustments on the sliders have certainly settled this game a little bit and sort of balanced it out for me. But I am excited for this game. You can see a few changes have been made. Klostermann still got a plaster next to his name. I am kind of second out myself as to whether we should play him, but I'm going to take the risk. We got a not 100% fully fit Paco Alcacer up top in the striker position. Behind him, we got Mario Götze in the central attacking midfield. Brandt, Delaney, Witzel and Hazard through the midfield. Schultz, Hummels, Zagadou and a welcome back Klostermann at right back. And then Roman Berkey between the sticks. Let's get into this game against Manchester City. We'd like a clean sheet, because then in the next game when we play Mainz 05, I have to swap Berkey over and put the young man Justice Newman between the sticks, because you've got to remember, ladies and gentlemen, we've also got fan objectives to complete, as well as trying to win the Champions League. We flew over to England to do a job. We're here to annihilate Manchester City. Pep Guardiola, we're coming for you, son. We've played some great football at Dortmund in this first season. Unfortunately, not been able to catch Bayern Munich in the Bundesliga. We unfortunately got knocked out of the PFK, or the PFD Pokal? I can't remember what the local cup is called. I think it's the PFB Pokal. And unfortunately, there was not much we could do about that. But we have now got to focus on Manchester City as Aguero gets us kicked off in his first half. Let's get it underway. Come on, black and yellows. Not going to catch him. Klostermann going to intercept that one. Well done, Klostermann. Here's Delaney. Through now to Mario Götze. Going to play that ball on the outside to Torgan Hazard, who's coming through on goal. Hazard 1-on-1 with a keeper. Hazard to put home. It's a great, great block from Laporte there. He had to get to that. Otherwise, we were at least going to get a shot of a goal. Through there now to Schultz. Schultz on the overlap now to Mario Götze. Götze waiting for Julian Brandt on the run. Julian Brandt on his left foot. Drills it across goal. And puts it well wide. The goal. He normally does a lot better from there. Unfortunately, miles wide. Mario Götze tries to pull it around. João Cancelo done very well to intercept that one. Here's Paco. Round the corner. Let's go for Julian Brandt. Julian Brandt through on goal. I'm going to try and get it back onto his right foot. Lay it in now to Schultz. It's a great shot. It's fell to Torgan Hazard who's going to try and hit it. Paco Alcácer is there. Yo, it's Mario Götze, sorry. It's Mario Götze. I'm celebrating a Paco Alcácer goal there. Only to find out it's Mario Götze. Regardless of who scores, we've finally taken the lead. A little bit scrappy from us there. Great shot there from Schultz. It's flicked on, comes to Torgan Hazard who hits it, takes a deflection off De Bruyne, only rolls into the path of Mario Götze, and he turns, and on the half turn, he kills it into the bottom right corner. Beautiful from Mario Götze, and we have taken the lead in the 37th minute. Here's Rodri, ball through, Zagadou, you've got to get that ball, he hasn't. Great slide tackle there from Hummels. He's just potentially saved us going there at 1-1. I tell you what, we get this ball and we'll have a counter-attack going here. Pep Guardiola's obviously pushed his men really far forwards here. And here comes Rodri through on goal now, going to try and slide in. It's a great goal from Kevin De Bruyne. I felt like Pep Guardiola had really told his team to push forwards. They were making plenty of runs. And in the end, KDB gets through. It's a great ball from Rodri, just plays it at the right time. Great touch there from De Bruyne and buries it after getting away from Matt Hummels and putting it past the keeper. Unfortunately, Roman Berkey is not getting another clean sheet. But we're certainly just going to have to see this first half out now. And we're going to have to come back with a stronger game plan in the second. Mario Götze. Go on, let's go to Paco Alcácer. Going to hit this first time with Paco Alcácer! Yes! We're not even going to have to wait for half-time. A few string passes together. We get through the Manchester City defence. Paco Alcácer is an unbelievable striker, but I've noticed is he constantly sits on the shoulder. Constantly on the shoulder. He's quicker than these defenders, and he does get away and give us the lead again right on half-time. I'm sure as Aguero kicks us off in this from this goal we've just scored. I'm pretty sure the referee is going to blow for half-time, as he does there. Pep Guardiola and co will not be happy with that. They managed to pull it back just before half-time with a goal from Kevin De Bruyne. And sadly, couldn't keep the lead going into the second half. They are now down 2-1. We've scored 2 away goals. We are in a spectacular position right now. I am going to jump back into the second half with exactly the same team. I want a second goal from Paco Alcácer if possible, as we do get the second half kicked off. Aguero, take the ball off him. Put the pressure on. It's a great ball in behind now for Julian Draxler. And a great save from Roman Berkey. Julian Draxler already making a massive impact to this Manchester City team. Here's Aguero. Take the ball off Aguero. Well done, Delaney. Go on, Delaney, push. And this is where we maybe get them on the counter. Play that through now. Well timed there to Paco Alcácer. I need to get him away from Laporte. Alcácer still going. Referee, that's going to be a penalty. We've got a penalty in the 70th minute. Come on. Laporte couldn't do much there. It's got to be a red, and he's off. He's off, he's off, he's off. Aymeric Laporte is done for this game. An early shower and bath for him. He's huffing and puffing there, but I'm through on goal with Paco Alcácer, one-on-one with a keeper. If he doesn't take me out, there's a chance I'm going to go on to score anyway. John Stones coming on for Bernardo Silva. Pep doesn't want us to score many more goals. But regardless, we've got another chance here, and I'm not going to take it with Torgan Hazard. I'm going to give Paco Alcácer the chance to double his scoreline. Come on, Paco. Bury it, son. Paco. Yes, and Paco gets his second. Well done, Paco Alcácer. We need to score. I do believe it's 25 goals this season with Paco Alcácer to complete the fan objective. He's got 2 against Manchester City away from home. Go on, Marlon. I've got you, son. And we are gone here. We are gone once again. Let's go into the middle for Van der Beek. I've got the overlap now of Torgan Hazard. Through on goal. Torgan Hazard. It should be 4-1. Unbelievable counter attack there from Dortmund. Hazard should have buried that. Ederson's done very well to keep them in this game, to be honest. Come on, lads. We've got to fight here. It's still not over. It's still not over. Ball into Draxler. It's 3-2. Wow. Just came from nothing. That they had one decent attack, and they punished us. Can we find a goal before the end of this game? Can we push on for another? Player through now to Hazard. This is beautiful. Holding up Hazard. No, Sterling's got back and defended very well there. And the referee is going to blow for full time. Pep Guardiola may have just saved Manchester City going into the second leg in the semi-finals. If we'd have finished that 3-1, I would have felt very comfortable going into that second leg. It's now 3-2. I'm not so confident about it. A great game in that, I must say, though. 10 shots for us, 8 on target. Manchester City having 7 shots, 4 on target. Paco Alcacer, well and truly deserved. Picks up man of the match with a 9.5 rating. We will now jump into the post-match interview. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a more exciting, passionate and balanced gameplay on FIFA 20. I cannot tell you guys enough. If you're struggling and getting beat 3, 4, 5, 9-0, go and check out the How to Fix Ultimate Difficulty. It works, and there's the proof in the pudding. Here we are.
Just some questions regarding the match.
Fire away. You managed to win the first leg despite playing away. Are you fan favourites now? Yeah, I'd say still Manchester City coming over to face us at home. I still think we've got to be on our game. We've got to really work hard here. Why didn't we get CPs yet? Because we're saving them. We're saving them. That's why. We'll just put team comes first. He's told me that he wants to be part of winning this trophy before he retires. And if we get to the final, he will be part of this team. With 2 goals to secure a win, Alcacer was the hero today. Any thoughts? He's absolutely unbelievable. But it wasn't just about him. The team was absolutely unbelievable. And quite frankly, although we only beat them 3-2, could have been 4-2, maybe even 5-2. We absolutely dominated that game there. And here we are ready to take on FSV Mains 05. I don't now think it's possible, ladies and gentlemen. The last episode I said that we flopped the league. Losing against Hertha BSC really dug deep and really affected us. Dropping those 3 points was massive, because if you look at the table right now, we're 9 points behind FC Bayern Munich. Had we have won that game and got the 3 points, we'd only be 6 points behind them. Bear in mind, in the Bundesliga, there's only 34 games with 3 games to go, unless Bayern are going to lose all 3 games and we're going to win all our 3 games. Well, I'm not sure there's anything we can do to stop Bayern Munich. We beat them. I think it's the only loss they've had all season. It is. The only loss all season was to us, and it took a lot for us to beat them. We defied the odds, and we managed to do it. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to manage to win the Bundesliga this year, meaning we'll turn all our focus to that second leg against Manchester City, and then, of course, the final of the Champions League. Like we did in the Liverpool career mode, we won Champions League in Season 1, and then for Season 2, we looked elsewhere to win silverware. That's exactly what we're probably going to have to do in the Dortmund career mode. But as we get into this game against Mainz, I'm excited for it. We have now got Justice Newman between the sticks. We've got to keep rotating this team. We want to keep them nice and fit. And literally, we got the worst news ever, as Lucas Klosterman has just come back from injury after being out for like 4 or 5 months at right back. The young man Mori we've been playing, the 72 or 73 overall rated, has just done his ACL and is out for 3 to 4 months. You literally couldn't have planned that anymore. Now, I remember somebody said, I remember seeing in the comment section, Brad, there's sometimes a glitch in FIFA where on the first of the month, you pick up injuries in training every single first day of the month. Funny enough, Maury picked up an injury on the first of the month. So I'm hoping we don't have this glitch in the Dortmund career mode. Otherwise, every month on the first, we'll be picking up a training injury. And none of these training injuries have been for a week or anything like that. Paco Alcacer got injured in one game. He was out for like 3 days. But all these training injuries are putting people out for months at a time. I just noticed there as well, Matt Hummels currently has the captain's armband. We certainly need to give that to Marco Reus. He's been absolutely incredible all season. And I'm excited to see how he finishes off Season 1 in Dortmund. Now, we've got Marlen up top in the striker position. Marco Reus, the captain, in the central attacking midfield just behind Marlen. Larson, Delaney, Witzel and Sancho through the midfield. Hakimi, Hummels, Akanji and Piszczek at the back. With Newman between the sticks. He's only young. He's made some incredible saves. He's only 66 overall rated. But one of the fan objectives is we play him in 5 games and we grow him by 8. And I can't remember what the forfeit was, but I don't really want to have to do any forfeits if I don't have to, because they are some mean, lean forfeits. So we don't want to be getting into that. But let's get into this game now against Mainz. Let's hope we can do the job over them. We've just done the job over Manchester City. If we can repeat that, I'm pretty sure we should get the W here. This is it. The final game of today's episode. The black and yellow wall looks strong over there. Now, Mainz are currently 5th or 6th in the Bundesliga, so they've had a great run this season. And are probably going to come as a little bit of a challenge here. Hopefully not too much as a challenge like Manchester City and Pep Guardiola's team did. But I am excited to get into this game and hopefully finish on a high as we get this kicked off with Marlen up top. Witsel lines one up on his right foot. It's a great strike from Witsel, but a comfortable save for Muller. Royce laying it off now to Delaney. Go through there now to Witsel, who's on the overlap. Witsel going to get round this man. Witsel going to get a shot off. He drills it wide of goal. That's 2 for Witsel now, and he still hasn't put it in the back of the net. Third time lucky, eh? Give it now to Witsel. Witsel, third time lucky! It's a comfortable save again. I'm not shooting with Witsel anymore. Keep going, Delaney. Ball now going to come in. Let's get there. Akanji, well done. Marco Reus going through there now to Bruno Larson, who is going to get away from the man marking him. Go on, Larson. Keep going, son. We're going to have Sancho towards the back. Keep running, lads. Ball in. Sancho's there. It's cleared out from Hack. Sancho just wouldn't make that run for me. I kept waiting and waiting and waiting, and he just didn't do it for me. Here's Deeney. Deeney now darting forwards. Here he goes again. Well done, Witsel. We've given the ball away there. That's a problem. Edge of the box. Witsel does very well to comfortably get that one. Here's Marco Reus now darting forwards. Referee, have a word there, will you, please? Wow, he's given a foul the other way. Okay, then. And I'm pretty sure as we kick this ball out now, the referee is going to blow for half-time. There is Piszczek, and as Piszczek brings the ball down comfortably, the referee does blow for half-time. 0-0. We've had the right idea. We're just not able to put it in the back of the net right now, unfortunately. Troy Deeney is looking very dangerous. The ex-Watford man constantly getting through on goal. Newman's had to pull off some incredible saves. I'm happy with how the team's playing. We just need to put one in the back of the net. Unfortunately, the keeper's on fire right now, and we haven't been given that chance. Botus, Hummels come across, meaning now Hummels is well out of position. We've got to be careful. And look at this, Martin is running at us here. We got some serious problems. Let's get over now with Sancho. Uh-oh, edge of the box. It's a great strike from Baku. It's 1-0 Mainz. We switched off at the back. We were up there ending the pitch attacking, and when it comes to their attack, we switched off. And Newman, he dived the right way, but not enough on it to keep it out. Royce, Witsel, playing it in now to Marlen. He's trying to get around his men. Marlen through on goal. It's a great strike, and the keeper deals with it again. Win the header. Well done, Hummels. Let's go, Larson. Play it to Marco Reus. No, we're going round now. Go on, Marco Reus. Get through, son. Marco Reus going to cut it back. I haven't got options here. Go to Delaney. Delaney going to strike one. It's over the bar. On the inside now to Marlen. Let's go, Marlen. You've got to get away here. Come on, Marlen. This has got to count, son. Marlen through on goal. Marlen! Oh, it's another save from the keeper. I don't know what we've got to do to beat this keeper. You may as well brick up the goal. We'd have more chance. Uh-oh, and they're coming forwards again. Here they come in numbers. Ball over the top now. Come on, Hakimi. Get over there. And Hakimi has been blocked off there. Ball into the middle. Troy Deeney's there. It's off the post and cleared out. Uh-oh, we've dodged the tackle there. It's a great ball in. Piszczek's on it. And as we look to clear it out, the referee's going to blow for full time. We lose to Mainz. Well, we knew pretty much the Bundesliga was boxed off. We knew Bayern Munich was going to go on to win it. And now we've pretty much gifted them the title. There's no way we can catch them. I'm just hoping now we haven't dropped down the table. We were second. I'm hoping by losing that game to Mainz, it hasn't affected us too much. And we're still in second position. We had 10 shots, 8 on target. They had 10 shots, 5 on target. There's not much more I can do when I'm having 8 shots on target and the keeper's going to keep out every goddamn shot. Thomas Delaney picks up man of the match for us with a 7.6. What did their keeper get? 7.6. So their keeper did as well as our best player in the team. What more can be said about that? If the keeper's on fire one day, there's not a lot you can do. Let's now get into the post-match interview and head back to the Central. Disappointing end to today's episode. I still question, after slightly making their players slower, is there still things that need adjusting? Are their keeper, or is their keeper still too powerful? Are their shots still too powerful? Are they not making enough errors like you would in a real game? What were the reasons behind the team's failure? Yeah, we're in this together. We'll go again. I feel like, you know, before the patch come out, we were doing very well. And now a game like that. But again, Mainz are 5th or 6th. So I suppose, yeah, it can happen. And I suppose Mainz did play better. Although on paper, they certainly didn't play better. We were the better team. It seems the second match against Mainz didn't go as planned. What went wrong? We'll just go with the pressure was high. disappointing end to today's episode, that's for sure. Well, we end today's episode with a massive, massive problem. The first thing that's probably attracted you as this clip started is probably the big red box in the top left corner, where we are now a 68 overall manager. I have no idea how. We're in the semi-finals of the Champions League. We're second in the Bundesliga as far as I am aware, which I'll just go and check now. I also want to see who the other semi-finalists are. So Spurs and Barcelona, but they finished. Barcelona are the finalists. 5-2 Barcelona won on aggregate, meaning it was 4-1 when they travelled to Spurs, and at home they drew 1-1, but unfortunately it wasn't enough, and Barcelona have got themselves a place in the final of the Champions League. So it's either a Dortmund-Barcelona final or a Manchester City-Barcelona final. Regardless, I want to go and look at the DFB Pokal. That was what I was trying to think of earlier. I want to look at the Bundesliga. Have we now dropped down? We've dropped to third. We're now 2 points behind Bayer Leverkusen. Still a little bit frustrating, though, the fact that we've now dropped, which, as far as I'm concerned, guys, that red box means we're in a position where the board may well fire us. If the board was to fire me this season or fire me next season, then that's the end of the career mode, and we would just have the Liverpool career mode running. I'm not going to, go back and open up new saves and resave. If we get fired, we get fired. But for me, Dortmund third in the Bundesliga and in the semi-finals of the Champions League, I think in real life, the fans would be over the moon with that kind of result. They're in a Champions League position. There's not much we can do about beating Bayern Munich. They've gone all season unbeaten apart from when we played them. So there was no way I was going to win the Bundesliga. It's glitched. And I'm in the semi-finals of the Champions League, going into the second leg, 3-2 up against Manchester City. So it's concerning that I'm now in the red zone, and potentially, if I lose to Manchester City or one of the games in the next episode, which we'll go and look at now, there's a chance the board are going to fire me. So we have Manchester City in the second leg of the semi-finals. We are, as I just said, 3-2 up. We then take RB Leipzig on away from home in the Bundesliga, and then Hoffenheim back at home. Well, I'm thinking RB Leipzig is going to be the game we play. Man City is certainly the game we play. And Hoffenheim is going to be the game we simulate. But I am going to check who's higher in the table between RB Leipzig and Hoffenheim, because sometimes I get it slightly wrong. And although you'd think RB Leipzig should be higher, sometimes that's not the case. But RB Leipzig are fourth. They are behind us. I was going to say right behind us. But we do have 8 points on them, so I'm quite comfortable there. But we could really do with winning our last few Bundesliga games to try and overtake Bayer Leverkusen, who have now took our spot in second position. So RB Leipzig are fourth, and Hoffenheim are down in 10th. Bobby Firmino's ex-team. So as I said, we will be playing the Manchester City game. We'll be playing the RB Leipzig game because that's important. We need to make sure we're getting as many points as we can, and they are pretty high up the table in the Bundesliga, and then simulating the game against Hoffenheim. So as we end today's episode, we only have currently one more episode to go. Now, in this next episode, the next one after this that you're seeing right now, if we beat Manchester City, there'll be another episode after that one. So if I scroll up, let me just see, because it's probably easier if I tell you guys the number. So this is episode 17. Episode 18 is going to be those final 3 games. There'll only be an episode 19 if we beat Manchester City. And then in that episode 19, there'll be the one game, which is the final of the Champions League, and then looking over the fan objectives. If we are to get beat by Manchester City, then episode 18, the one after this, is going to be the last episode, and we'll be doing all the forfeits if I need to do any, and also going through the fan objectives. So there's either 1 or 2 more episodes after the episode you're seeing right now until we finish season 1 at Dortmund. And I just thought at the end of the season, the board has a discussion as to whether they want to keep you as manager for the next season. The way that 68 in the top left and that red box is looking right now, there's a good chance I'm not getting to do a season 2 at Dortmund. And if that happens, well, then it happens. Unfortunately, it's out of my hands. But I would honestly say Dortmund getting to the semi-finals of the Champions League and finishing in the top 4 in the Bundesliga, I'd say it's pretty decent for a season 1 as a manager just coming in. So obviously the board don't agree with that. We'll have to see what happens in the next episode. But that is going to do it for today's episode, guys. And if you have enjoyed it, please do give it a big thumbs up for me. Don't forget to drop your comments down below. If you're new around here, click that subscribe button. Don't forget to share this video with your friends and family. And I've been MassiveBrad. Peace out.